Did you know 3 in 5 people feel lonely or unhappy even if they are in a relationship? The truth is, nobody needs to live like that. Let me show you the shortcut to put an end to all of your relationship troubles once and for all. Watch this free video presentation that will reveal the biggest lie keeping you lonely. Allow me to share with you exactly who I am and why this video to you will be the most important one you'll ever see. My name is Nadine Piatniski. I'm a healthy love and breakup recovery expert. And I'm about to show you how you can turn your non-existent or messy relationships into 2 fulfilling, loving relationships. One with a current or future partner and one with yourself. If I could do this, you can as well. You see, over the last decade or so, I've been on a whirlwind of a journey that has reshaped my entire life and the way I experience love and relationships. I'm certainly no different to you or anybody else. I have had some of the most outrageous, disastrous, and painful dating and relationship experiences. The funny thing is that my married girlfriends would get a great kick out of hearing about my dating escapades, yet I was exhausted, losing faith, and over it. I was sick of the same never-ending cycle of meeting someone that seemed great, only to have my hopes and fantasies shattered over and over again. I was the ultimate broken record of dating. I realized that most of the men were either trying to get in my pants, borderline alcoholics, or blatant liars. Some were still flirting with their exes or were even married. These men were not emotionally healthy or available, but then again, neither was I. I thought that I was special and that they would come to their senses. What a load of rubbish. One particular relationship was the icing on the cake. It was the relationship that hit me so hard that I was physically a total mess, sobbing uncontrollably in the fetal position in emotional agony and shock. On the first date, I was in heaven, and until then, I'd never met a man that I thought I could see myself marrying. I couldn't sleep with the excitement, and I thought I was the luckiest girl in the world. He was the whole package. Well, so I thought. The time we spent together was electrifying. He was smart, funny, and as sexy as they come, and ridiculously successful. It really couldn't have gotten any better. When Mr. Suave turned into Mr. Nightmare, I was in total disbelief. I had fallen for someone who actually had a girlfriend in another state. Not only was he a compulsive liar, he was super smooth and knew exactly what to say to make me believe every lie that came out of his mouth. What made things even worse was that a couple of years later, I fell for it again. I gave him another chance, which took me right back to the most painful place I had ever been, and I vowed to never be in a relationship like that again. You have probably heard the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, that's exactly what it felt like. I was so mad with myself the first time around, and I just walked straight into it again, with arms wide open. How ridiculous. On top of all of that relationship mess, my health was suffering, which made dealing with all of those ups and downs even more of a challenge. This was one of the most difficult times of my life, and also the most fantastic and freeing time of my life. Along my journey, I met some extraordinary experts who showed me the side of self-help and love that I had no idea about. I spent the next few years learning and mastering several techniques that pulled me out of my misery. And over this time, I grew a passion for psychology, which led me to study with the world-renowned Coach You International, the Australian Mentoring Institute, and other respected organisations. One of the most exciting things that I learned from my studies was this powerful, yet little-known secret that I want to share with you. You can still feel good about yourself, whether you're in a relationship, single, or going through the messiest of breakups. Once I became clear about who I was and what I valued in my life and relationships, then my approach to love and dating became simple, successful, and rewarding. I stopped expecting other people to change, a recipe for madness. I needed to be the change. I was trying to turn men into my love match who was simply never going to be. I started to be turned on and attracted to more genuine and stable guys, whereas in the past they simply did nothing for me. I finally got it. This gift of newfound awareness gave me something remarkable. The silver lining in my dating debacles was simply this. A truly satisfying relationship is understanding the difference between being alone and being lonely. And when you realize that, you become aware that many people are in relationships to fill a void in themselves. I'm sure you've heard this before. I love them, but I'm not in love with them. What does that really mean? If you've ever been in any kind of relationship, puppy love, high school crushes, toxic relationships, or even serious relationships that never worked, then it always comes down to a few underlying issues. People are not happy, not connected with themselves, or they're expecting others to change. Not knowing the difference between alone and lonely causes a whole range of relationship challenges, from being with someone who doesn't support you to being with someone who shows up drunk at your parents' house on Thanksgiving, apologizing for being late and spending the rest of the night hitting on your sister. And I'm here to tell you, it's not your fault. How could it be? We're told to be so many different things from so many different influences, and almost all of them are running off the same flawed premise, that someone is going to complete us. Tom Cruise in the movie Jerry Maguire has a lot to answer for. Expecting somebody to complete us, to be our better half, or to make us whole puts an unhealthy expectation on a relationship before it even gets started. It's only once you experience this wholeness from within that you will see it come to life in your other relationships. You don't have to fall victim to all of the damaging media brainwashing we are constantly bombarded with. If you take nothing else away from our time together here, please remember this. The first relationship you have to have, the one you have to get sorted first, is the relationship you have with yourself. I felt so relieved and at peace when I found this out. It literally changed the entire landscape of my relationships. I learned to connect with my self-worth and value. I learned to love the all of me, no matter what. I started taking personal responsibility for everything in my life. I began to appreciate everything around me more. I let go of all the baggage I was carrying around. You cannot imagine how great it is to stop carrying around resentment and guilt wherever you go. It's like losing 50 pounds in a day. I really couldn't believe how good I started to feel about myself, my past, my future, and of course the present moment. It was a phenomenal internal shift. I knew that I had to share this with people. It's too good not to. That's when I decided to throw myself into really understanding myself and others around me more. Because if I could start doing that, I could start giving people a taste of how much better life can be and how wonderful your relationships can become. So you can start seeing the difference between being alone and lonely for what it really is. And from that understanding was birthed something I call Healthy You, Healthy Love. It's a simple and step-by-step course that helps you understand exactly how to start mending that broken heart you've been carrying around into every relationship. Stop guilting yourself over everything you do that makes you happy. Start choosing partners that are more suitable and fulfilling. Learn how to greatly improve your current relationships. Be far less affected by others' actions and behaviors. Be clear about what you've been doing that's been blocking you from real love and intimacy. You'll know what you want and don't want in a relationship. Learn to be confident no matter what's happening around you. Live in an authentic way that others will find attractive, sexy, and alluring. When you're in the middle of dealing with the ups and downs of life, it's sometimes hard to know how to fix it or even where to start. Healthy You, Healthy Love breaks it down for you and delivers a straightforward, no-fuss approach. The truth is, you only need to grasp a few concepts for everything to turn around. Lightbulb moment number 1. You cannot experience real intimacy and a loving relationship when you don't have an intimate and loving relationship with yourself. Light bulb moment number 2. If you want your life to be easier, more enjoyable, and filled with love, then the first thing you need to do is to connect with your inherent self-worth. Light bulb moment number 3. Everything you do that you wish you wouldn't do, you do for a reason, a self-serving reason. Everything you do delivers a payoff. Once you understand this, your life and relationships can change astronomically. You will no longer stay in unhealthy relationships and stress out about things you cannot control. If you are needy and desperate when dating or in a relationship, then you are this way for a reason, until you no longer need it. That's on page 40. If you feel like you're always giving and not getting anything back or taken advantage of, then you do this or allow this for a reason. It still serves the self in some way. Page 34. If you often feel frustrated, angry, or argumentative, then you do this for a reason, and you can find that on page 32. If you pretend to be someone you're not to feel like you fit in or to be liked, you also do this for a reason, a self-serving reason, and you can find that on page 51. If you overeat and want to lose weight, yet despite your best efforts, you don't change this behavior, you are doing this for a reason. You're getting an unhealthy payoff. This is what Taylor Grace had to say. The title of this program got me straight away. Love can be so darn painful, and if everyone read this book and watched the videos, I truly believe we'd all be far luckier in love and definitely more confident. I saw my mother the other day and she asked me who I was dating or what had happened because she hadn't seen me so happy in ages. Now she's also bought the program. When I came across Healthy You, Healthy Love, I was in the process of making a conscious effort to accept myself, and this information has helped me leap ahead. Watching Nadine talk in the videos was actually very inspiring. The content is so good and so very affordable. Really great value. Thank you for creating such a great product. I'd now like to share what Chrissy Corniotis had to say. In my time, I have read many books on relationships, yet nothing even comes close to this. The clear language is so visual that you actually feel like the author is personally speaking to you. I found myself constantly nodding to things thinking I have done and or accepted and or observed. In essence, the book simplifies how we should think, react, absorb, learn and grow from relationships, and I can see me reading this over and over again in my lifetime. For every human being that has been in love, lust, or call it whatever you want, you need to read this book to regain some hope, clarity, and more importantly, awareness of love, and to remind yourself that loving yourself is paramount. And here is a testimonial from Cindy Ruelos. A friend highly recommended this course to me, and I was really surprised by how much I didn't realize about love and dating and myself. Nadine delivers the information in a way that I could get my head around. It was so clear and straight to the point. The chapter and video on personality versus character has not only changed me, but also I see people so differently now. I see how I've been hooked to people that aren't good for me, and I now know how to change this. I love the extra topics that were presented in the Transformation series videos. Part 1 and 2 of Loving You First was great, and also the one on emotions. I loved it all, really powerful stuff. So here's what I've got for you today. A complete look into the journey I took and documented that turned my life around and could easily do the same for yours. In this course, I'll be providing powerful tips and tools to be able to understand your emotions so they no longer rule and control your life. You'll find this in chapter 3 and also the video presentation. We'll beautifully explore self-love and what that actually means for you. Most people understand self-love in theory, yet day to day do not live in a self-loving and supportive way. You can find this in the Transformation series video. I'll also teach you how to overcome past pain and hurt and to cut the ties from people who are toxic in your life. It's more simple and liberating than you might think, and you'll find that in chapter 7 and also the supporting video. You'll understand the difference between someone's potential and who they actually are in reality. Once you understand this, you'll save yourself so much time and heartache. See chapter 14 and supporting video. Other parts of this course we're going to cover are dealing with anger. Everyone feels angry at some point in their lives, and being able to deal with it and not just control it or be controlled by it is a vital part of learning to accept and nurture yourself. That's in chapter 9. We'll look at past relationships and your upbringing may be holding you back. You'll discover how to understand and let go of what's not helping you in your life right now. See chapter 2, 6, 17 and 19. We'll also reveal everything you need to know about how to find out if your relationship is the right one or just one you're clinging on to because of fear or fantasy. And that's in chapter 13 and 18. I'd like to share some Healthy You, Healthy Love feedback. Nadine, I would like to thank you for the guidance and paradigm shift that your book and videos have had for me. During a period of great change in my life, at the start of this year, I was feeling lost, confused, and unfocused. I was making it through, but the way I was doing it was unsustainable. My partner of 5 years and I had separated, and I was slowly destroying my professionalism in a new job and losing direction. When I read your book and recently viewed your videos, my eyes were opened. From the content, I came to realize I was writing my personality and neglecting my character. I was the least humble person I knew. My past had control over me and who I was becoming. I began to doubt my worthiness of many of the important things in my life. Through the techniques and learning I've experienced through your program, my life is back on track and I have never been happier. I am now re-establishing my professional character, have moved on from my separation, and have made humility one of my strengths. I would recommend this program to anyone who is looking for change in their life, not only their love and relationships, but their professional lives also. Being able to see the current challenges and elevate your purpose has never been more supported than it is through your program. And I'm now in a fantastic new relationship, and I know that I would not be with her had I not done your course. Thanks again, Nathan Bourne. And here's a testimonial from Sam. This book is a must-read for anyone who wishes to live with passion and joy. Nadine Piatniski's commitment to her own clients and desire to share this process has resulted in a work which acts as both a clearly written introduction to understanding one's inner self, as well as a thorough and excellent resource for those who have practiced the process for any length of time. I applaud Nadine's transparency in frankly and compassionately discussing a subject which some feel is uncomfortable. For anyone willing to take on the reins of their relationship chariot, this is an excellent guide for healing past occurrences, becoming stronger from within outwards, and establishing the true meaning of love. And I'd now like to share a message from Jem Sandler. Having been through a breakup recently, I found the tools you provided for processing emotion and dealing with letting go in order to move forward with your life very useful. The language is clear and inviting, and all chapters are engaging and motivating. The section on humility I found to be very important and beautiful. I also really like the term materialistic hooks. I found your work to be well researched and interesting, and delivering simple concepts that for a lot of people are very difficult to master. Your writing style is honest and open, and at times very entertaining. A pleasure to read, and I felt a huge change within me and a sense of real empowerment. My confidence is so much better now, and I'm far more clear of who I am. Now, the last section of this course is crucial, as it will really give you the freedom to do as you wish, and this section covers the key ingredients to love, connection, and intimacy, which are communication and self-worth. Communication is the foundation of any relationship, and 93% of the way we relate is non-verbal. I'll explain to you how to be more attractive and engaging to the person you want to connect with. And then we complete the program with a look at understanding your self-worth. Once we understand our self-worth and confidence, we are able to connect with others without fear of being hurt. We are able to be vulnerable and honest with ourselves and others. We change the way we relate and communicate. We are able to be more clear about what matters and what doesn't. We tend to be less emotive and far more gracious and grounded. The final section gives you some easy to implement strategies, allowing you to exude self-confidence and self-worth at the core, and this is where it all begins for long-term healthy relationships. This is a complete recipe for recognizable change. I'd now like to share another testimonial with you. I decided to buy Nadine Piatniski's Healthy You, Healthy Love after a bad breakup from a long-term relationship with my ex-partner. The breakup was amicable, but I felt that there was still a lot of unresolved issues for me, and I wanted to find a way to work through these. So I thought, why not give Nadine's book a try and see if it helps? Let me tell you, I was blown away with her depth of knowledge. It was like she was talking right to me personally. Especially what part did you play section on page 57. This is essential for anyone who's ever been in a relationship before. After going through Nadine's book, I felt like I've finally been understood, and I now better understand the opposite sex and where I was going wrong in past relationships. Thanks a million, Nadine. You've made a real difference in my life. If you're still thinking about whether to buy this book or not, then you need to stop and run to get your copy. And that was by Sanjeev Guram. You might be wondering, how much can you expect to pay for such a comprehensive course? What value do you place on having peace of mind, an intimate relationship with yourself and others, feeling good from within 24/7, having rewarding and loving relationships? For me, it was in the thousands, but don't worry, you won't pay anywhere near that. In fact, you might actually laugh at how low I've priced this course. But before I tell you the price, I want to tell you why. I've decided to put the price as low as I can because I have a mission to reach as many people as I can. And though this might sound corny, I find great personal reward in seeing people come to life in ways they've never experienced before. I know this is what I was born to do, and I feel privileged to be able to share it with you. So Healthy You, Healthy Love is going to cost you just $47. That's right, for just $47, you'll be getting access to one of the most complete courses that has come out on this subject in years. Click the Order Now button below this video and you'll be sent through to the ClickBank order form. All you need to do is fill in your regular details and you'll gain immediate access to the Healthy You, Healthy Love course. Just one payment of $47 when you act today. But before I go any further, I have a special gift just for you. With the course, I created 8 powerful videos that will enhance what you learn inside Healthy You, Healthy Love. These videos will help cement the knowledge you get from the course and also delivers some bonus topics in a fun, practical and visual way. And now I have another great testimonial from Ange P. I found Nadine's book and the rest of the program to be thoughtful and insightful. I had many light bulb moments that confirmed my beliefs needed to change. I didn't know that there was a big difference between self-worth and confidence, as most people do not. And this is something I've taken on and I'll never forget. And anyone who's a parent will love this too, as it will help you teach your children this core fundamental basic understanding. It's really amazing. This book challenged my thinking and I appreciated the examples, tools and techniques provided for me. Thank you, Ange P. And now I have the very last testimonial for you. I have worked with Nadine doing private coaching, which has, in a nutshell, changed my life and relationships. Nadine has been such an amazing teacher, coach and mentor, and I'm actually in a healthy, loving and committed relationship for the first time ever. And I know without Nadine's assistance, I would not be here today. I bought the Healthy You, Healthy Love program because a lot of what Nadine worked on with me in our coaching sessions is in her book and the Transformation series, and every now and then I refresh and reset by reading and watching the content again. I cannot believe how well priced the course is. Seriously incredible value. It's the most content-rich and affordable way to access powerful life, love and relationship information I've ever come across. That was by Molly Holt. So to get your hands on Healthy You, Healthy Love, all you need to do is click the Order Now button and you'll get access to the course plus these great videos. And guess what? I am so convinced that this will absolutely bring about the much needed awareness and love in your life that I'm willing to put my money behind it and remove all risk from you. Buy today, and if you don't see a significant change, I will personally refund every cent. No questions asked. Simply contact our support team within 60 days and we will refund 100% of your money. So think about it this way. When was the last time that you invested $47 in yourself that actually brought about noticeable life change that came with this kind of guarantee? This is an exciting opportunity and I look forward to sharing it with you. Once again, I'm Nadine Pietniski and I'll see you in a few minutes in the members area where it all happens.